directly impacted. Do you have a few words? State your name.
My name is Haleem Johnson. I was recently in the jail, and I almost lost my life because of the program. Like, how many more people have died? And condolence to all the family members that lost their loved ones. Because this is not right. The DOC commissioner stated over here that they're changing. What are they changing? They're not changing anything. So, you know, Rikers Island needs to be closed. It's nasty in here. It's garbage. And people steadily die in the showers, mildew, and stuff. That's and the heat is hot. It's so hot that people get sick if it's wrong. So I say today, close Rikers Island down now. Yeah. And the mayor should be out here with all of us because it's wrong. And thank you.
I just want y'all to all understand, it's not just about closing Rikers. We want Rikers closed, but I can't reiterate enough how important it is to understand that while we are fighting for Rikers to close, we have to continue fighting each and every day for everyone who is detained. Because until we shut down courthouses and parole offices, and anyone can be remanded at any given time, we are responsible for the conditions that they are placed in. Any one of us can be arrested at any moment, guilty or not. Any one of us can be arrested, and if you look closer to my skin, more than likely you will. And at some time in your life, come across a situation. Any one of us. And when I say conditions, yo, how many years as Jails Action Coalition have we fought about the water and where's the water plan? And walking through the island, I know for a fact those brown cases that's supposed to be filled every tour with water are not. Those 2 fans that's supposed to be on every unit, most of them are broken. The access to feminine hygiene pads that they're supposed to have, unlimited, doesn't exist. We're not even going to talk about the access to medical. Mental health is supposed to come at least every 28 days. When's the last time they kept that minimum standard? We're not talking about lavish material gains. We're talking about basic human rights. We're not demanding that DOC do anything more than the minimum standard. Why are we out here again demanding and begging and pleading for minimum standards? The commissioner is a former vet. Did he not serve for our rights? I'm an Army brat. That was drilled into me. The mayor and the commissioner once served together on the police force. Do they not understand law and order? As an Army brat, it was drilled into me. And these are the leaders that I see. Where's the executive leadership? I don't see it. And yet I see more names being added to the list this year who have died, who are injured. We haven't even talked about the family members that I deal with on a nightly basis because they're too hurt to go to sleep. Their minds is too tortured to stay asleep. Their brains is too harmed to start a day again without their loved one. And then we have people who are fearful to come forward because they know speaking out comes with consequences. Nothing the federal monitor has put into writing, we have not put on the record beforehand without costing the city $20 million. Most of us do this for free. We're volunteers of our time. We make our jobs do the work that we know needs to be done, and we incorporate it if we can. Many times we take days off to show up. We flip schedules to be there for people we never even met because we're New Yorkers. And I can't close this out without talking about programming. Adequate programming creates safety in the jail. I've been on the record many times stating that officers, safety captains in facilities state, when you gonna get programming back? When you gonna get programming back? Even throughout COVID, had to even hold advocates, CBOs accountable when they wasn't showing up. Where the hell are tell you our people are inside and you have access. And now DOC has stripped most of those who help our people return from their access to their program. And they fall short. On the record, they said individual therapy has turned into group therapy. How many of you who are in therapy, don't have to raise your hand, want to sit in a group and talk about it? How many of you are in conditions like Rikers? And I want you to really think about this. On your hottest day, with lotion or oil on your skin, have you ever begin to sweat down your leg? That's daily basis in Rikers. And 80 degrees here is almost 100 behind the wall. So 90 degrees here is 110, 115 in those facilities.
That's right.
Then let's talk about solitary confinement. When you're in units, they say there's no solitary, but that's a lie. You're in units with no access to a window, no access to ongoing air and any type of circulation because your door not opening. Go sit in your closet when you go home. And not any of you with lavish closet. Go sit in a real closet. And look around. And think, my God, how could I do a day, 5 hours, 5 weeks, 5 months? There's people that have been in solitary over 40 years. There's people that have been on Rikers 5, 7, 9 years. And when I started telling the media that years ago, they didn't believe me. How is it that in America, you are allowed to have a speedy trial? You are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty and placed in conditions that say, we care nothing about you. We don't give a two hoots about your domestic rights. Even if you are a veteran, because we've had veterans up here before, even if you are a veteran, kudos to you, so what? You're still going to be in those same conditions. It doesn't matter if you fought for all of us, you have no value. This is what our electeds continue to tell our community members. And I want to be very clear. Locally, everybody's seat is up. Everybody is up for replacement. Use that for us. Hold your elected officials accountable in real time. And even the public advocate who sent the representative today, where is he? And I'm going to say that on the record. Why are we still waiting for 549 to be pushed, City Council? Because that's one of the main conditions that we are fighting for right now with our people behind the walls. Do you know the heat will cause someone to act out? The heat will cause someone's temperature to rise. The heat will give certain people on medications different symptoms, and officers are not medical staff. That means they are not aware of someone decompensating, and all they see is a behavior problem. You see where I'm going with this? But our mayor knows what he said the other day, 53% of those on Rikers have a mental health concern. What is he doing about it? You heard that siren go by? Sirens leave Rikers every day, but you don't wear them. Sirens leave Rikers every day, but most of y'all aren't aware of it. And most of us don't know about it because they don't die. But as Mr. Carlton should have shown each and every one of you this year, you don't have to die to be completely traumatized by the conditions you were placed in. You don't have to die physically to die spiritually. You don't have to die physically to die mentally. You don't have to die physically to die financially, because when we are preyed upon and placed in conditions where we can't even take care of our home or families, we suffer. It's a domino effect. We're not just numbers, we are heartbeats. This is real life. Thank you, Professor. You always show up. And I want to thank you because you always show up and you always teach your students the truth. And this is how we make change. Does anybody else from the public want to speak before we close out? from this year. Because I want you to actually, I know we said them, but I want to say them again. Because I want you to remember each and every loved one who is not here. And regardless, because a lot of you media have a thing of actually saying someone's name in your story and adding their charge. I don't give two damns about what somebody's charge is when we talking about how they died and the conditions they were placed in. New York is not a state that has the death penalty. So don't tell me about somebody's charge and I'm telling you they lost their life. Don't tell me about somebody's charge and I'm telling you the conditions that they were placed in were barbaric. And I'm telling you, every clergy that has access to Rikers, as a chaplain, as an ordained reverend, most of y'all don't know that. Step up! Get stuff done! You have a duty to your Lord, and you have a duty to the people that you serve. Amen. To speak the truth. Amen. Whether it's a political truth that you want to say or not. You have a duty first, as a member of the cloth, as a clergy member, to do what is right for those who count on us. That is one of the main reasons I became a certified chaplain for the state and the nation. I'm federal as well. Because I want to be where my people are. I want to be where your lawyer can't go. I want to be and see so that I know the truth and can hold them accountable on the outside. Step up, Darren.
So these are the names of the people who lost their lives this year in New York City jail system. So just repeat after me. Marvin Pines.
Marvin Pines.
Ruby Zhao.
Ruby Zhao.
Joshua Velez.
Joshua Velez.
Felix Taveras.
Felix Taveras.
Ricky Howell.
Ricky Howell.
William Johnstone.
William Johnstone.
And Curtis Davis.
And Curtis Davis.
May they rest in peace.
May they rest in peace. Before you leave, I want you to think about your elected. And if there's anything that you've learned today or need help in building off of, come talk to us. And once again, I'm Chaplain Dr. Victoria Phillips. Everyone calls me Dr. V. And unfortunately, we are out here yet another Tuesday speaking the truth about people. Yet another, the third consecutive Tuesday, because people have continued to die. And every BOC meeting since what, May, I think at least 2 people have died. And they don't even acknowledge that in the BOC. Do y'all know that? And media, find out for me. Has the death committee met at all this year in the Board of Corrections? Because we are yet to receive one death report for any of the lives that was lost this year.